Detective Hercule Poirot? Ah, Chief Commissioner. On the contrary, it is a most convenient time. The safe passage of a painting? Tell me everything. If man was meant to travel the oceans in such conditions, he would surely have been given his own fins. A distraction is what one needs. Where is that blasted contact? How is one to prepare for an assignment if one does not have all of the required information? Very well. I shall wait no longer.
Beautiful, isn't she? Pardon, monsieur? The open water. There really is nothing quite like her.
When one suffers from the mal de mer, the beauty, as you say, is rather more a burden.
Forgive me, I just can't imagine being scared of the ocean in this day and age. The potential to see the world is open to even the ordinary man like us.
I can assure you, monsieur, it is not a matter of being scared. And as for ordinary...
I didn't mean to offend, mister.
I am...
Forgive me, madame.
No harm done. Accidents happen. My cigarette case, where is it?
I didn't see.
You thought I wouldn't notice? A young lady traveling alone. An easy target for you, I bet.
I'm sure the young lady would appreciate the help of two handsome strangers.
아하.
담배가 케이스 아니야? 아닌가?
아. 오.
달리기 없냐 달리기? 야 계속 걸어 다녀야 돼? 아 잠깐 오디오 참 그런다 그랬었지.
Oh,
볼 수 있는 거 다 봐놔야지.
the young lady should know. You are returning home?
I am. But how did you know that?
Besides your educated accent, the crest that adorns your cigarette case, it is of British origin.
Very observant. It's the crest of my family. And the case belonged to my mother, Miss Florence Farquhar.
The pleasure is ours.
That looks like everything.
아뭘
Except
자꾸
for my
없대?
other case.
이 아줌마가?
Is this what you're looking for?
It is. Thank you.
Miss Babanin. Anastasia Babanin.
아나스타샤.
Anastasia. What a beautiful name.
It was my grandmother's.
Well, that's everything now.
I'd be happy to escort you. Here, I'll take your bag.
Oh, yes. Okay. Thank you. Anastasia. Perhaps I can offer you a...
That would be lovely.
And you. Mr...
Detective Hercule Poirot, at your service.
A detective? I was not expecting to meet.
I did not expect to meet someone of Russian descent on a ship between the great city of Antwerp.
I never mentioned where I was from either.
야 이름만 봐도 럴짜하겠는데.
One did not have to. Anastasia, of Russian origin meaning resurrection.
And here was me thinking I was special.
Your knowledge of my heritage is most...
And I'll take that as my...
It seems it's just us remaining.
I would very much like to hear stories from your homeland. Perhaps you would join me in the rest.
As charming as that would be, I'm feeling rather tired.
Then I shall leave you to your slumber. Adieu. As much as I enjoyed the delights of the restaurant, I still found my mind drifting back to Mademoiselle Babagna. She really was quite charming. I have spent the first part of this excursion neglecting my duties. It's time to retrieve my notebook from the safe and begin. The combination was not a difficult one to remember. 1815, the Battle of Waterloo. Ah. Et voilà. One cannot ignore such a blood-curdling scream.
My mother's cigarette case. It's gone.
똥?
How could somebody do this?
Mademoiselle, I ask that you take a moment to...
You're a detective.
As luck would have it, one of Belgium's finest. Now, I require as many details of the crime as you can offer.
I came to my cabin and began unpacking. I couldn't get the safe working, but the gentleman that helped me with my luggage showed me how it works. Afterwards, I went for a brief walk, and when I returned, the safe was open, and my cigarette case was gone.
We must consider the suspect list. Those who were aware of the cigarette case's existence.
That can only be those who were up on the deck when my luggage spilled. Miss Babanyan, the porter,
그 남자.
yourself.
왜 그 남자는 빼?
And your helpful stranger.
Yes,
I ask that you gather them for me. And while you...
whatever you need to do to find it.
아하. 아.
Mademoiselle, I thought you would be returning with a gentleman also.
The gentleman wanted to speak to the porter alone.
I was unaware he is also a detective.
He's not a policeman. He works in insurance, I believe.
It appears I shall be spending my time chasing Mademoiselle, I would like to start with who had access to the safe combination.
No one. It was in a sealed envelope that was waiting for me when I arrived. I memorized it and threw the paper overboard. 4385. It's really not that difficult to remember.
A similar envelope was waiting for me upon my arrival. The date...
After the gentleman helped me with the safe, he left.
If the mysterious gentleman is behind the theft, he went to... There are many questions that require... Some would say a lucky guess.
오. 하. 아.
파우더.
Magnifique.
You found one, detective?
Mademoiselle Babagnan, I'm sorry we must continue our conversation under these circumstances.
On the contrary, what fantastic luck that you are here. Now I get to see you at work. I'm afraid I've done very
Alone?
That is a... I'm sorry.
There is no need to be nervous.
And then I was woken up by Florence's scream. I have never heard something so terrible. Am I to be...
I would not dare compare you to a guinea pig.
The answer is yes.
재료 더 얻어야 되네. 아, 이 종이 뒷면에다 찍으면 되겠다.
아,
남자 키에 비해서 높은 거울이라? 저 거울 반대편에서 보이는 거 아니야?
You could ask me anything. Am I to be...
I would not.
The answer...
어? 아니라고? 그럼 뒷문 어떻게 조치하게?
Mademoiselle Farquhar, I shall.
I hope so.
밖에 한번 나가봐야 되나? 아, 근데 달리기 없는 거 좀 치명적이다. 너무 느려.
하.
I'm sorry, but it's just not acceptable.
I've apologized to the...
And that makes
It was an accident.
an accident that could have been...
Gentlemen, you are behaving like two young boys in the school. Is Mademoiselle Farquhar aware you are acting as her knight in shining armor?
I wouldn't go as far as that. I think I'm Arthur Hastings. Would...
She requested you to follow her to her cabin. No.
Oh, yes, she did.
Speak with the porter privately?
Well, I'm not a detective.
Then perhaps you will answer some questions that are vital to my
What can I do for you? It is. Is my employment
I hope you will entertain me for a moment.
Well, a report from a detective like yourself will...
As I thought. It had perhaps not crossed her mind before. But being amongst an officer of the law and an insurer...
I'm what some would call a middleman. I oversee the handling of recently sold items and put the buyer in contact with an appropriate insurer.
The mention of insurance initially sparked my attention. But the more he talks of his work, I believe he may be my mysterious contact from Lloyd's of London. It was your work that took you to Belgium?
I can't go into too many details, but I'm actually delivering a rather special piece of art to London. I'm meant to be meeting an official...
And it is confirmed. I will continue to withhold my true identity.
When Florence, Miss Farquhar, told me that something had gone missing from her safe, I thought it might...
How so?
I'd rather not say with him standing just there.
It is not I that controls the volume of your voice.
You must have noticed the smell of beer on his breath. I wouldn't put it past...
That is quite the accusation. And if you were correct, you wish to settle the matter with him privately?
I wanted to give him what for, but I suppose I lost my nerve.
Merci, monsieur.
This really is an exciting case.
Your enthusiasm.
Oh. 오.
짐꾼 어디 갔냐?
Perhaps you and I can have a more civilized discussion.
I'll tell you the same as I told your friend.
Intimidation is not my forte.
And that's me.
That is what I am yet to conclude.
I was in the cargo hold, cutting something with my knife, and it slipped.
문
No
닫은 거,
harm
문
done.
닫던 거 아니야?
I'm not quite sure you understand what that means.
So now I am stupid and a drunk?
Do you have the knife in question on your person now?
I don't. He stole it at... Oui, monsieur. Who said that?
It does not take a detective to identify the distinct odor on one.
Maybe one to calm my nerves.
I shall let you return.
You could ask me anything. Am I to be you?
I would not...
The answer is...
What can I do for you?
Huh. Oh. Aha.
What can I do for you?
You have been
Well.
most helpful.
기물 주치 하는 거 아니야? 제 거를 먼저 해야 되나?
Oui.
I shall let.
뭐라? 기물 주치 지금 아서 헤스팅스 그거 해야 된다고 나오지 않았어? 뭐지?
You could ask me any.
You have been most help. Magnifique.
배 조사하기는 어디까지를 얘기하는 거야?
아하.
왜 이런 거 다시 다 봐야 되는 건가? 배 조사하기.
Oui. Il me...
I shall let you.
다 클릭할 만한 했는데 그러면 남은 게 뭐가 있는 거지?
Huh. Huh. Oh.
Of course. Whatever you need. Insured? Oh no, why would...
Anything of.
I'll stop you there, Detective. This... Not for a second. You probably think this silly...
It had.
You caught me. Read...
I must say you raise a very interesting point.
Thank you for saying... Yes.
You have been invited to a preview.
Will you be in attendance? I was lucky enough to have a sneak...
Luck.
응? 이게 아니라고? 자, 뭐 어떤 말도 안 되는 증거를 한번 너무 말이 안 되는데 저게 아니라고?
I must take a different approach if I am. Hot on the culprit's heels. Another success.
Of course.
알코올 중독이라 해서 무조건 이거 할 그런 증거는 아닌데 상처랑 칼을 갖고 있는 게 맞지 않아? 남은 증거 하나가 뭐길래 그래? 저게 문 닫아가 생긴 상처가 아니라는 건가?
We.
I shall let you.
아, 근데 달리기 좀 넣지 그랬어. 아이씨. 동작이 느리니까 이거 답답하네. 하는데 계속 왔다 갔다 해야 되는데.
What can I do for you?
Oh. Ah.
Of course. What?
아니지 아니지. 마크 맞아. 마크 맞는데 얘밖에 없는데. 손에 상처가 아닌가 그러면은? 칼 소리하고 아이스크림 누기라고? 좀 에반데. 차라리 상처 딸려다가 실수해서 상처 났다는 게 더 설득력 있지 않아? 전문가가 자취를 감추려고 했는데 술에 취한 채로 한다고? 말도 안 되지.
Logical thinking shall always. I must consider the suspects I have in front of me. He is keen to impress Mademoiselle Farquhar and claims that he was a Mark Allard, the porter. Evidence suggests a rather amateur attempt to break into the safe, which in his but it was just a ruse. The safe was opened quite masterfully, leaving Mademoiselle Babagnan, a new friend to Mademoiselle Farquhar, who appeared at a most... I cannot see a motive besides the obvious value of the cigarette case. Perhaps the best thing for me would be to return to my cabin to...
Ah, detective. How goes the investigation?
A good detective, better yet, a great detective, will find motive, means, and opportunity.
She found it! Miss Babagnan found it! Oh, thank heavens!
I was on my way to speak with the captain when I saw something shining underneath one of those pipes.
Strange that it was not spotted earlier by any one of us while on the...
Maybe the thief was scared and dumped it for
그게
fear
너 아니야?
of being caught red-handed.
담배가 가치 없다는 거 알고 돌려준 거 아니야?
Miss Babagnan. And you.
I find Mademoiselle Babagnan's explanation of... The cigarette case has been written, although there's still...
I suppose you can...
A victory for Mademoiselle Farquhar, but not...
Well, if anyone asks, I'll confirm what a splendid job you did.
Very kind, monsieur. While we are on the matter of truth, Monsieur Arthur Hastings, you are here to oversee...
How on earth?
You are aware of my employment, but not of my true identity.
Wait, are you the official that I was supposed to have met on...
Oui, monsieur. Please, accept my apologies for keeping my true identity when it comes to the nature of our work.
A little unorthodox, but I suppose I understand.
It continues to grow.
Well, we have a couple of weeks before the gala, so...
One can hope.
I don't think I'll ever stop being amazed seeing such incredible pieces up close.
One would certainly hope not.
Huh. Aha.
야, 광유님은 이거 전체를 다 해야 되는데 여기 아니면 클릭이 안 되는 거였어? 맞아. 디테일이 부족해, 디테일이.
What do you gentlemen think of this particular piece?
Can it really be?
To a layman, perhaps. I'm afraid it's a complete fake.
What?
No. Such eloquent and delicate work.
Very observant. But that doesn't make it authentic. You know, even Michelangelo himself was an art forger in his early career. See if you can spot the telltale sign of a forgery.
Huh. Huh.
The craquelure is inconsistent across the painting.
Very impressive, Detective. Unconvincing aging is one of the most common giveaways of a forgery, whether it be in the craquelure, the smells of chemicals used to artificially age the painting, pigments that haven't dulled with age. Sometimes it's as simple as the materials used just not existing at the time of paint. The trustees were quite excited by its arrival, but it didn't take me.
Quite the detective yourself.
Please, call me Evelyn.
If there's one thing I've learned in the short time I've spent with the detective here,
They are a cornerstone of modern civilization and must be upheld.
This city could benefit from more gentlemen like yourself.
Now that the etiquette of our greetings has been decided,
I was hoping you'd say that. The exhibition area needs to be secured. And if you could tie this ribbon around the
If securing the exhibition room is what
Detective Poirot.
Monsieur Hastings.
Yes.
Oui.
Mademoiselle Warbeck, once I have done that, the
Oh.
Miss Warbeck did ask you...
One shall complete the task to the degree it is required.
Oh, yes, I see.
Everything is now ready for the arrival of the guest.
I assume you have the list of...
I am afraid not.
Would you like me to find Miss Warbeck? Look, there's Miss Farquhar. With...
Seems that they became fast friends after the... Intriguing.
Intriguing how?
Speculation, monsieur.
That head of yours is just... Who's this?
I have no idea. But she's sure to turn heads with such a...
I quite agree. And who is...
Mon Dieu.
Wait a minute. Poirot, you devil!
Goodness, Monsieur Demire. Poirot is more than adequate for an...
He saves my family from near ruin, uncovers a murderous plan, and still has the modern...
Allow me to...
Heavens. My manners appear to have been replaced by surprise and excitement. Forgive me.
You've got yourself a partner now.
Monsieur Hastings has been kind enough to show me the sights of London.
I would take that.
And what is it you do?
A previous field medic, Monsieur Demire now finds himself working for...
With?
Pardon. With his brother, doing most honorable charitable work all across London.
Need I say more?
Could everyone gather together for a photograph, please? Would you all move a bit closer together for me, please?
I didn't realize we were going to be in the newspaper.
Is that a problem?
No, not at all. I just want the camera to get my best shot.
Okay, if everyone is ready.
So, Poirot,
My orders were to see to the safe travel of the centerpiece of the exhibition, the pennant.
art protection. That's a bit beneath the great Hercule.
Perhaps you would be so kind as to introduce us.
Ah, where's the fun in that?
You are referring to my little Grace.
Monsieur Poe?
Little grey cells, yes. I've been playing a little game. I've been trying to find a painting to match each of the guests. I wondered, Poirot. I can get... Miss Irene Courtsmire. She's one you'll want to keep your eye on in the future. Born and raised on a rather affluent estate.
She's a very nice young lady.
Ah!
I was only making a comment on...
Or as we are all meant to refer to him as, the Honorable Reverend Horace Mountjoy. He's a man of the church. I'm not sure what else there is to say. Mortimer Aylesworth. If you've not heard of him, I'd get familiar with the name. Johann Christiansen and his glamorous wife, Betty Allen.
Betty Allen, the actress.
The very same. They've been here in London for a few years, although she still plays down her boldness for British society, even with her recently taking a new role in the theatre.
She did not take his name in marriage?
Allen is her maiden name. Works as her stage name too.
And his employment?
He's a partner for a private bank in London. You will no doubt already know.
We have already made her acquaintance. Very pleasant, if not rather flustered by today's exhibit.
That's everyone. Well, there's Mr. Hastings.
Anastasia Babana. We met briefly while...
Look at you, Poirot.
Monsieur Demire, must I remind you of why I am here?
No. No need at all. I know you're strictly business. Let's see what you can do then. And come back to me when you know enough about the guests to solve my little mystery.
Everything seems to be running smoothly.
Everything except for the bishop and the other trustee.
It was never going to be easy going up against them. All men. But they didn't get their way this time. And with my exhibit...
Mademoiselle Court Smythe believes her upcoming exhibit. I get the feeling she enjoyed.
Detective Poirot,
관종이었어?
you're looking.
There was a moment when I thought that
Well, I'm...
As am I. Please.
Beautiful, isn't it? Not like the modern tripe Miss Warbeck insists on bringing into the museum. Oh, the Lord will not look fondly upon her choices.
I would hope one's choice of art would not affect one's chances.
Let's hope not, for... Incredible, isn't it? And to think we are all located on that one small planet. To think of all the suffering.
I'm well aware of where we are. I just want to make sure I'm looking my best.
And people call me the drama queen.
Aha. Aha. Oh. Oh. Huh.
감상 안 한 게 남았어? 뭘 내가 안 봤지? 아, 이거구나.
It is a great pleasure to see you again.
I've been looking forward to us bumping into one another.
I must admit, I feel almost tormented that I was not able to uncover the identity of the...
All that matters is that it was found. If you'll excuse me, I really should get on. This article isn't going to write itself. I moan, but it's my love, my obsession.
How dare you! That might be something you say where you're from, but not here. Not to me.
What a waste of champagne.
알았어?
I thought this was supposed to be a civilized event.
Are you all right, mademoiselle? I hope you did not spill any champagne on your gown.
Don't worry about me. It's only that wretched man that has got some cleaning up to do.
His suit and his mouth, by the sounds of it.
Do not allow this to...
I have no intention of allowing such.
It would be good to at least schedule it.
Monsieur Christiansen and Madame Hélène.
You are to be the focus of Mademoiselle Farquhar's article.
Miss Court Smythe here is the next big name.
Madame Hélène has left via the exit, but Monsieur Christiansen has not gone with her.
Do not allow me to interrupt you.
Ah, you've had more than enough time, Detective. So, how did you get on?
If one is to discover the truth, one must proceed using the correct methods and cannot be rushed.
Why might they...
각각의 평가하면?
That's right! Oh, anyone else? Why might they... That's right! Although... anyone else?
야생일까? 잔다를까? 아, 일벌인가? 아니? 잔다르크라고? 잔다르크는 거의 아닐 것 같다고 생각을 했는데.
Why might... That's right! Although... anyone else?
사마리아인하고도 거리가 먼 것 같은데? 야생마라고?
Why might they... That's right! Although... anyone else?
안 어울리는 것 같은데.
Why might they... That's right! Although... anyone else? Why am I th- That's right! Although, anyone else? Why am I... That's right! Although, that's everyone. Well done. I should have known it'd be no challenge.
I have faced many a more demanding challenge.
Hi, is he okay?
I think he's having a heart attack. He seems stable. Now's the time to get him to the infirmary.
Oh, there's no need for that. I'm feeling much...
Wouldn't it be best to telephone for a...
Monsieur Demir was a field medic. What more of a professional?
A field medic? Really?
A field medic that has seen people in a lot worse states.
Oh, I didn't mean to offend. If I am being carted off, the unveiling...
You drive a hard bargain, Monsieur L.
I'd just like to say a few words.
I'm sure you would.
Thank you all for coming. Here at the Royal Edward Gallery, we are proud to present such wonderful works by some truly fantastic artists, and with much negotiation and pleading. Standing here with you, unveiling today's centerpiece, The Penitent. So, without further ado...
Oh my.
Am I missing something here?
Things just got interesting.
It was... It should be...
Is this some kind of joke? Evelyn, what's going on here? Oh, trust you to have no idea. You've really done it this time, girl.
She's done nothing. It's not her fault.
By the grace of God, it's somebody's fault.
I am quite sure Mademoiselle Warbeck is as surprised as us all. S'il vous plaît, everyone. Remain where you are. Please do not touch a thing. Monsieur Hastings, you saw me lock the door to the restoration room, oui?
Of course, I was by your side. I'm going to be in a lot of trouble for this.
You are not responsible for the painting's disappearance.
But who is?
Do not allow any of the guests to leave the main hall.
And what are you going to do?
What is required? One's job.
So, I don't really know what to say.
Monsieur Hastings, this theft may be a new and foreign concept to you, but
what do we do then?
We must get to work. If we can ascertain the thief's point of entry and exit, this may all be resolved momentarily.
Oh. Huh. Aha. 오.
유리잔이 맞을까? 유리잔이 아닐 수도 있을 것 같은데.
Ah. Ah. Oh. Aha.
Something just does not.
아니라고.
This will not get me. What a revelation.
아니 이건 그냥 너무 당연한 건데 이걸 갖다가 증거라고 그런다고?
One step closer to.
Gentlemen, I have called the police and they should arrive shortly.
Do you still hold the mask?
Of course. You.
Très bien. Please keep it close.
열쇠를 가지고 있다는 거랑 이건가?
I should not be surprised by my own.
Monsieur Hastings, I pose this question to you. Is she not a suspect herself? Très bien.
Mademoiselle Warbeck is likely not our thief.
At some time during this evening's festivities, if we find the pickpocket, we will... Mesdames et messieurs, your attention. I am Detective Hercule Poirot of the Belgian Police Force. I was charged with the safety of the penitent Magdalene painting on its voyage to London from Belgium. The missing painting has indeed cut the celebrations of the gala short. With your cooperation, I ask that you all remain within the building. If I was the thief, I would certainly be worried after a speech like that. Monsieur Hastings, the painting's safe return also... I know, but I can make myself useful elsewhere. See what clues...
잠깐. 아이린그 요한이 샴페인 사건 전? 샴페인 사건, 쏘는 거. 이게
Is there something? The pieces of the... Voila. The answer was staring me in the face.
Bonsoir, Monsieur Crichton.
Detective.
That is certainly... Perhaps you...
I was with Betty most of the evening. She wasn't feeling herself. Don't tell me you don't get a little...
I do not think about such thrills, Monsieur Christensen.
All business, no pleasure. I remember...
The bishop.
Yes, him. He came down the stairs just before Mr. Aylesworth recovered. Maybe a man of the church was all he needed. Oh, you saw that.
I believe every soul in the museum did, or at least heard the commotion.
So I look like the bad guy, hmm? That's what you get for
A bully?
She made some pretty awful comment. You should lock her up for what she did to me. Are you married, Detective Poirot?
I am not.
Then heed my warning.
Merci. Bonsoir, mademoiselle.
It seems trouble follows you, Detective.
So it would appear. And the faster I am able to ask my question.
I saw Betty leave the main hall and head for the
It is not my job to speculate on such private matters.
If there is someone who can.
Merci, mademoiselle. Mademoiselle, if you...
Look around you, Detective. Out.
Regarding the guests of the gala,
I met that delightful Farquhar girl, the art critic.
your talk on the balcony...
Well, indeed. Before I wasted a perfectly good glass...
That is certainly one way to tell this.
I'd hardly call him trying to push himself upon me as a stalker.
With his wife in the same...
You think a man with that much arrogance cares?
Merci, mademoiselle. Bonsoir, mademoiselle.
Please, Detective.
What you may consider a format.
Well, I had the pleasure of meeting the other guests. I feel so fortunate just to be
많이
invited
수상한데
myself.
도둑 아니야? 배에서부터
Modesty is the color of
도둑년이야
virtue.
도둑년.
Now,
Oh, yes. We all got... I did notice the actress and
and the other guests?
I saw Bishop Mountjoy and the politician, oh, forgive me, I forget his name, leave toward... It was much earlier in the night. Well, before that.
You have... Madame Warbeck.
I was rather busy, as you saw, especially with Irene and her disappearing act.
Disappearing act. An artist and a magician. She is a woman of many talents.
아, 저 꼬리로 자꾸 만지니까 임마 클릭이 안 되잖아 임마. 내려가.
She was nowhere to be found. Is that better? Then I saw her throwing her glass of champagne at Mrs. Allen. I was hoping to speak with her after, but I didn't see her again until she was... Mr. Christensen, Betty Allen's, after the theft, on my way to telephone the police.
Merci, mademoiselle. Bonsoir, Your Excellency.
I should be addressed as your...
Pardon. I did not mean to offend.
It is quite all right. None of us can choose... If I must...
Would you care...
You were not present for that conversation, and I hardly think it appropriate to involve... He left, and I spoke briefly to that act. Who would have thought the reveal of the
Perhaps a warning to us all that such a scare could...
Are you trying to say...
Your Grace has misinterpreted my meaning.
Then maybe you should think...
Merci, Your Grace.
I thought I would make myself useful, and, I think I found... Bon. I shall go...
Fantastic.
What can I do?
Merci.
Huh. Aha. Ah. Ah.
Things are begin. Come, my little Grace. One step closer. Where is the sense in that? Voila. The pieces of the
If it'll help Of course.
Mademoiselle...
I'm sorry. You...
I was not expecting, Mademoiselle.
Mademoiselle Warbeck, I really must... I find your reluctance to...
Now listen.
Miss Warbeck, will you...
Please, Evelyn.
Evelyn Warbeck?
That's me?
Detective Inspector Hardwick. I was told a painting's...
Yes, it's...
Stolen. Detective Hercule Poirot of the Belgian police, seconded by the Musée Royal des Beaux-Arts de Belgique and Lloyd's of London, to escort... How do you do, Detective Inspector Hardwick?
Well, thank you for that introduction, Mr.
But you see, not only do I have a considerable personal stake in this...
I'm sure Belgium thinks you're the bee's knees, but we'll...
I must insist, Inspector.
Bloody hell! I don't have time for this. Will someone try and get...
Dear Mr. Poirot, I know you meant well, but perhaps now is...
Très bien. Monsieur Hastings, the fate of the penitent Magdalene lies in... And Miss Warbeck's career, by the sound of it. Then we shall waste no time. We have spoken with a number of the guests. Then let's go and find them.
Poirot! Over... I heard about the painting. Trouble just seems to...
I am looking for Madame Allen.
If she's not on stage already or rehearsing, she'll be...
Oh, this isn't quite what I was expecting from a famous star like Betty Allen. A famous star that is not on... You don't think something could have... Combining the state of the room and her being absent. I've...
Oh. Huh. Aha. Huh. Hmm. Aha. Oh. Ah.
What do you need? What can I...
The fact that there are valuable items remaining in the... meaning they had previous knowledge of...
빈칸이 있다는 건 단서가 더 있다는 건가? 왜 아무것도 없지 근데? 더 이상? 상호장 뜨는 게 없는데? 나가는 거고 이거는.
Order and method. That is... I cannot see the logic in... I must act...
이거 두 개가 아니라고? 비밀번호 알았으니까 그거 열... 이거랑 이거라고?
I should consider... Another success. The evidence suggests. Come now. I must act on. Logical thinking shall.
이게 왜? 이질적인 거랑 이거랑 무슨 상관이야 도대체?
Hot on the culprits.
어이가 없네.
The evidence suggests. Where is the sense? I must take a different. I cannot see the logic in this. I should not be surprised by my own
아니
skills
이거랑
of
하드리 핑이
deduction.
없는 게 무슨 상관이야? 이해를 못 하겠는데? 아니 이거 두 개 무슨 상관이야 도대체?
What do you need? What can I do?
여잔데 얘라고? 왜죠? 에블린이 왜? 에블린이 베티랑 아니지.
What can I do for you?
아니, 야. 다 찍어봐. 나 뭔 소리를 하나 보자 한번. 다 아니라고?
What can I do for you? Merci.
뭔 개소리야 이거 진짜. 베티 아니야 베티? 여성이다가
What do you need?
자기 사진 빼놓고 순서했으면은?
What can I...
근데 아니라고?
Why, Mrs. Allen?
야 아까는 말도 안 되는 거 나왔잖아. 왜? 아까 내가 분명히 했을 텐데. 아이씨. 어?
Madame Allen was behind the mess.
What do you think you're doing in here?
Pardon, Madame Allen. I do not wish to cause any
Yeah, I remember you. Doesn't give you the right.
Snooping, no. Waiting patiently, oui.
You can wait outside. Well, go on then, shoot.
Madame Allen. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Look, let's just...
I promise not to take up...
Well, thanks to Johan walking off, I got stuck talking... a term I use...
Where did your husband...
Beats me. But when I saw him next, he was being attacked by that crazy artist.
I did. And while I do not condone such behavior...
If you were going to defend that woman... Not really any of your business.
I would not forgive myself if some...
You've got nothing to worry about. I thought it was best to just get myself out of there.
Your husband mentioned you were feeling under the weather, no?
Me? No.
Je vois. Mais...
I've heard the Brits like that stuff. Not for...
You have been...
What do you need? What can I...
Merci.
You're just full of questions.
You have been...
사람한테 말이 안 걸어주는데.
Hello?
Bonjour, madame.
You're not English.
Madame, I am Detective Hercule Poirot of the Kingdom of Belgium's police.
So what?
I was hoping to speak with a neighbor of yours.
She's not here.
Do you know how long she...
You can give her this. And tell her I did what I could with it.
I will be sure to do that.
I told you last time you made a mess of things.
So, you... I have poured my...
Pardon. Perhaps this...
This conversation will happen where and when...
What Detective Poirot means is maybe somewhere a little less public would be a better...
I am well aware of what your foreign...
Let us not say anything that one would later regret. A moment to breathe.
You do as much breathing as you want. As long...
What do you need?
Merci. Mademoiselle, may I request a minute of your time?
What can I do for you?
Can you not see that we...
Your Grace, there are matters we really must...
You do understand...
Merci.
아, 종교쟁이들 맘에 안 들어 진짜.
I don't think you quite understand the severity of...
I'm well aware, and I'll conduct my investigation how I see fit.
That just isn't good enough. How would you feel if...
I can assure you, Detective Inspector...
Now you have some officer from another country entirely fight...
I speak on behalf of no one but myself, monsieur.
And I didn't ask you. Hardwick, get it found.
Right you are.
Will you allow some officer a moment?
I'm a very busy man.
And then I shall keep my question short.
I'd say the heart attack was the most...
Quite understandable.
I was talking to the bishop, or rather being talked at. I did. That man just wants someone. I decided to walk away and see the orrery.
You two spoke.
Briefly, but she was looking for...
I will not...
If you want to deal with him...
Detective Inspector Hardwick has made it...
저거 빼야 되는 것 같은데. 뭐 부지깽이 같은 걸 찾아야 되나?
What do you need? What can I... Merci.
I hope you're heated.
They are the words.
Oh, the man is in politics. He should know what he... There was no one else around. And when I saw he was in...
I do not believe Bishop Mountjoy was the instigator of Monsieur Aylesworth's heart attack.
Merci.
What can I do for you? He knows just how to push.
That is clear to us.
He thinks he can say and do what he wants because this museum... I'm sorry.
Detective Hercule Poirot is not...
And modest to boot. There you go.
The key. It is in a far better condition than yesterday.
It was looking grubby and covered in rust, so I...
If you find anything else that may be of importance to the investigation...
Aha. Oh. Mm-hmm. Huh. Oh. Aha. 아. 아하. 오. 하. 하.
What do you need? What can I do?
마스터키라며. 야, 마스터키로 못 들어간다고? 뭐야 그러면? 그럼 마스터키가 아니잖아? 못 들어가는 게 있으면?
아. 음흠.
두 개 다 적셔야 된다고?
This will not get me. come now.
엥?
Order and method.
아니 이게 왜?
Things are beginning to become
열쇠
clearer.
이상한 점이 야 이상한 점이 없는 거랑 파란 물감이 묻어나온 거랑 이게 어떻게 매칭이 되는 건데? 아, 이해를 못 하겠네.
Something. The answer was staring. Is there something?
안녕하세요.
What a revelation!
When the thief entered this room from the west wing, there was no paint on the key. We know this because there was no paint on the key when they used it on the... But there is paint on the key when the thief locks the west wing door.
The key got covered in paint in this room.
Oui. And only after the picture is becoming clearer. The thief unlocked the door to the gallery, and stole. They then returned. The thief locked the door, but then, an accident.
How can you be so sure?
We know because the paint palette was the only...
But why put the painting on this table? Where I...
Huh. Aha. Oh.
What do you need?
어떤 거 사신 거예요?
What can I do for you? What can I do for you?
Merci, monsieur.
아 8,000원짜리. 그렇죠. 아무래도 싸구려는 성능이 좀 아쉬울 수밖에 없어요. 그래도 못해도 102 정도는 사야 그나마 좀 쓸만하고 아마 PC방에서 제일 많이 쓰던 게 101일걸요? 이번에 불프라서 이것저것 컴퓨터 용품 좀 세일 좀 할 텐데 한번 찾아보시죠. 저는 사무실에서 304 쓰고 있긴 한데 102는 무선이 아니라 가지고.
Gentlemen, have you seen Miss Babanian? She wanted to speak with me after the bishop was finished chewing my ear off. But it's...
I'm afraid not.
Can't have been that important. What can I do for you?
Merci, mademoiselle.
아, 그렇죠. 요새는 옆구리 버튼 없는 걸 찾는 게 너무 힘들어서 그냥 그거 설정해서 락해서 눌러 남은 것도 안 되게 할 수 있을걸요? 아마? 그렇게 쓰는 게 제일 현실적이긴 한데.
오.
응?
아.
아, 그쵸. 앱을 끄면 안 되죠. 그거는 그거는 당연히 켜져 있는 거라서 저는 그걸 끈다는 생각 자체를 안 해봤는데 설치를 안 했으면 몰라도.
I will not take.
If you want to deal with...
I hope you're getting...
Merci.
아마 그렇게 되겠죠. 절대 그래선 안 되겠지만.
오. 아. 아.
아, 근데 이거 이동에 달리기가 없는 게 너무 좀 불편하네. 끔쩍끔쩍 움직여갖고.
Gentlemen, have you seen Miss Babanian? She
I'm afraid not.
can't have been that im-
반지?
아하.
아, 뭐 지금 얻은 거 아니야?
What can I do for you?
Merci, madame. What do you need? What can I... Merci.
반지 주인이 누굴까?
If you want to deal with it.
I hope you're getting...
Merci.
What can I do for you?
Merci, madame.
어디 거요? 그것도 좀 파는 데마다 2kg면 양이 엄청 많잖아요. 근데 2kg 치고도 10만 원이면 좀 비싸긴 한데 뭐 얼마나 좋은 거길래 그렇지? 뼈무게도 있어갖고 고기 양이 그렇게 많지는 않을 건데.
You're just full of Where did you get...
It was found in a vent at the
Yes. Well...
A clearly valuable ring has just been...
And I would not describe throwing a ring at one's husband resulting in it being stuck in...
It is clear Madame Hélène felt no sickness at the gala. Rather, and having seen the damage, one can conclude that it was the state of her marriage.
You have been...
The detective inspector will now be able to see as plain as day that Mademoiselle...
With the other remaining guests' movements all accounted...
You're just full of
You have been...
컬샵 여사의 복도는 못 가는 건가? 지금 가는 데가 아닌가? 왜 보이는 거야? 그럼 차라리 안 보이게 해놓지. 저는 코스트코 그 커클랜드 베이글 12개 주문했는데
Ah, Detective, you're here.
Look and you shall find.
Oh, well, I've had the photograph.
That's good thinking, Miss Farquhar.
Oui, very kind, mademoiselle.
저요? 저는 그냥 대충 네이버 검색해갖고 그냥 가성비 괜찮은 거 같아 보이는 거 사가지고 에어프라이어에 돌려먹는데?
There is nothing left for...
Do you think he'll...
It is his duty, we have done all but arrest Mademoiselle Court Smythe.
I was thinking that while you were speaking with Miss Court Smythe, I could try and find...
It would certainly be more efficient. An excellent idea.
Him with a funny accent. He was here earlier asking the same questions. All I want is a bit of peace.
양갈비, 숯불.
I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. We're...
Monsieur Hastings, your assistance is required immediately.
Good Lord, Poirot, that's a lot of smoke.
And now you are up to speed with the situation. I have evaluated the position we find.
If you're going to use the fire extinguisher, now would be the time.
Très bien.
That's it. One more should do it.
Detective Inspector, it is imperative we search the crime scene as soon as possible.
특별히 브랜드보다는 숄더렉을 사야지 좀 살이 좀 많이 붙었거든요. 프렌치렉은 좀 작고 숄더렉 한 사가지고 숯불에 구우면 뭔들 다 맛있을 것 같은데? 아이고 왜 이렇게 찡찡대니 니네. 뭐야 임마들아. 밥 다 먹었어? 아이고 어떻게 친구랑 마당에서 같이 구워 먹으면 대충 구워도 다 맛있을 것 같은데. 숯불에다가 나도 음료수 좀 먹자 이놈들아. 아이고.
You mean my crime scene?
If I may, I can count on one hand how many crime... As the representative of Lloyd's of London Bank, it is my responsibility to...
A weak attempt, but I've got more on my plate than dealing with some paper. You've got until I return to do...
You may question my authority in this case, but I will not have my professionalism.
Whatever you say.
근데 이거 시스템 자체는 전작하고 거의 차이점이 없는 것 같은데 왜 복합적이 떴지? 스토리 때문인가?
Oh. Huh. Huh. Oh.
여기 클릭이 안 돼. 야.
Huh. Huh.
From analyzing the victim's body.
Not by the flame.
That is what...
Oh. Aha. Ah. Oh. Oh. Aha.
Some would say a lucky guess.
Oh. Huh. Aha.
Didn't you speak with her neighbor before? Might
Magnifique.
Is it that copper?
I was hoping to ask you some...
You aren't coming in. You can get that into your head now.
Merci.
She hardly had any visitors, but yet...
If you would be so kind as to talk us through the...
Well, I saw her leaving with a couple of paintings under her arm. Then there was that posh-looking chap. I heard him before I saw him. Next came the professional-looking fella. Oh, and the argument with another man.
You are doing a wonderful job, madame.
You can keep the patch. She must have turned her radio up to disguise what they were saying. But I tell you, it wasn't long before he was storming down the stairs.
Would you be able to remember any other details of the gentleman?
Through this peephole, you can bet. I didn't hear her leave, but I opened my door and gave her what for. And you know what she did? She went. Only after did she turn the radio down. I was getting right into the exciting bit of my book. And then you...
Merci, madame.
Oh, and I found this in the garden.
The cork from a champagne bottle. A smell lingers on the...
아몬드? 청산가리?
Merci.
주사기로 청산가리 집어넣구나. 샴페인에다가.
I should consider this.
이건 아니라고? 그럼 사기인가? 고의와 사기.
Come, my little.
아니라고요. 아, 이거 이렇게인가?
The evidence suggests.
아니, 야, 이거랑 그다지 중요한 관계가 아닌데요?
Things are beginning to become clear.
샴페인에 구멍이 뚫려 있다는 게 중요한 거지.
Huh. Huh. Ah.
아파트 조사 안 한 데가 있어? 어딜? 어딜 얘기하는 거지? 했잖아. 더 이상 할 게 없는 것 같은데?
Oh. Huh.
From analyzing the victim's body.
Not by the...
That is what...
Monsieur Hastings,
From analyzing the victim's body.
Not by the flame.
That is what...
What can I do for you? Mr. Poirot, you are a... What can I do for you? That would never have even occurred to me. What can I do for you? That would never have even occurred to me. What can I do for you?
Let us get...
What do you need? Almonds?
One would hope not.
It wasn't an accident. It was set on...
An almost perfect exit.
But why try and get rid... What can I...
Let us... Come, my little... One step closer. I should consider this. Something just... I must act...
아니...
Hot on the culprit's heels.
이거는 이어지는 게 아닌 것 같은데? 고의로 낸 거랑 독탄 거랑 무슨 연관이 있어? 아, 독살 당한 거를 감지로 시체를 태우려고? 뭐 그럴 수도 있긴 있겠지. 그래.
This will not get me. Where is the sense in that?
이렇게라고?
The pieces of the puzzle are finally...
Aha. Aha. Huh.
What do you need? I don't know.
Take your time.
Okay, firstly, we know that among these visitors, one...
Très bien.
Irene wasn't drinking alone, and whoever... The killer used a syringe to inject
potassium cyanide. Traces of the compound can be found in nature.
And she fell victim, sure... Of course, the painting. Irene had made 4... What can I...
Let us...
What do you need? What do you...
The truth. He may hope for us.
My crimes.
Of course, that...
There's nothing...
Pardon, Detective Inspector.
Right you are.
But you won't.
Excuse me?
He is well aware of your authority and your capability of...
Well, my men have been in, as have I. And I've She passed out drunk in the chair, candles...
Detective Inspector, s'il vous...
Who are you calling...
He's not calling you simple, he's saying that isn't how it happened. How can you ignore the smell of poison on the corpse?
We're both experts in...
I do not wish to stand here and argue credentials.
Quite the imagination.
Look, we can show...
No. We shall leave the Detective Inspector. Monsieur Hastings, you must learn which battles are worth the fight.
That was quite a night. I feel exhilarated, yet...
It is being able to control those emotions and still see the bigger picture that separates...
So do you think it must have been one of...
An accomplice disguised as a guest turned murderer. A must...
I think I just felt...
Now we must speak with the guests of the gala again, as well as find Monsieur Christiansen, who has got... Mademoiselle...
Of course. Goodness.
A painting was recovered.
What on earth are you talking about?
It ran rampant through Mademoiselle...
She's... dead. She would never be so. But with all of this...
Mademoiselle Warbeck appears quite distraught at the news.
I respected her as an art...
I do not wish to push Mademoiselle Warbeck too far while in such...
Perhaps as a friend...
Her plan for what? Stealing the...
She must have had help.
If she did, it wasn't me she could... I've been here trying to calm down the trustee...
You did not leave them.
I was here until the early hours. Excuse me, gentlemen. I must go...
Merci, mademoiselle.
Huh.
한 팬가? 뭔가를 구해서 저 메모장을 읽어야 될 것 같은데. 이쪽으로밖에 못 가는데? 갈 데가 없는데 그러면?
Monsieur Hastings, of course. What can I...
Merci.
도움이 전혀 안 됐거든요. 연필 같은 걸 구해야 될 것 같은데. 무슨부터 다른 지역으로 가야 되나?
Monsieur Aylesworth.
Ah, a detective that actually quite well, thank you.
The infirmary did.
With a clean bill of health.
And
I was straight off to the House of Cop.
I'm afraid
It certainly makes...
I was not aware reporters...
They aren't. I left and went... I can't for the life of me remember... Anyway, you're a bit...
It does not take a great detective to pick up on Monsieur Aylesworth's ever so subtle hint.
뭐야 왜 갑자기 안 먹어?
Is this about the insurance claim? It was merely a necessary precaution.
I do not doubt my abilities to return the painting, but it would not surprise me to learn of him using his loss for...
I assume you saw...
Oui, monsieur.
Oh, the people must know what I stand for. I
will not take up any more of your time.
Bartholomew! Here, puss. Where are you? Bartholomew! I'm sorry, I just don't have...
Have you placed the missing person?
Really, detective? Bartholomew is the church cat.
I am sure with our assistance. And then, perhaps you will have time.
Fine, all that matters. His name is
Pardon.
Better. Well, you see, the poor creature, he bolted...
Merci.
아니 무슨 고양이 찾는데 마인드맵까지 그려야 돼?
Ah.
쓰러졌었나?
Huh. Ah. Huh. Ah.
Yes, Thomas, one of my...
Where did you say the glass?
The easel. I was...
Merci. Magnifique. Some would say a lucky guess. I must take a different... order and method. I cannot see the logic. Logical thinking. Voila. Is there some... Come now. Come, my little great. Another success.
고실 여긴데? 고해.
I... Mess. What do you need? What can I...
뭐야 이거 번역 이상한데? 버그인가 본데?
What can I do for you?
아이 제다.
That would never have even occurred to me.
I question whether the bishop's version of events is... Perhaps he threw the glass jar at Bartholomew because...
I know that's how it looks, but what tells us where the cat ran?
양초야? 그래 쓰러진 거야?
Borrow, you are a genius. How can we know where the cat ran to next? Borrow, you are a genius.
Huh.
여기 있네.
Aha.
참치 없냐 참치?
Merci. What do you need? What can I...
뭐야? 뭘 찾아야 되는 거지 그러면? 쟤를 끄집어내려면? 딴 게 뭐 없었는데? 먹을 거 아니면은 장난감인데 그런 게 안 보였거든요? 혹시 다른 지역 가서 그걸 구해와야 되나?
Gentlemen,
I was hoping to speak with Mademoiselle...
I'm afraid she already has her hands full with the store. Perhaps another time. Perhaps...
I will not take...
헐.
Oh.
Bonjour, madame.
You bet something's happened!
I'm sure he didn't mean...
That's it! I give up! I'm done.
Take a deep breath. Take one man's opinion, and a wrong one at that.
You're right. Let him think what...
Very impressive, Monsieur Hastings. A position in negotiations would suit you well.
Is there something I can help you... You do know what I do.
I did not mean to.
Zach. He was there. You two seemed pretty friendly.
Monsieur Demire and Mademoiselle Babagne. Together.
Oh, he's already seen it.
A supportive husband.
Yeah. Your guess.
It is most important that...
Then you've got a missing painting and a missing... Look,
Mademoiselle Court Smythe was found
Okay.
I thought perhaps...
Oh, don't get me wrong. I don't really want to...
Madame Allen's nonchalant.
You have been...
What do you need? That sounds right.
I would not ask you to do something.
What do you...
Madame Hélène, you...
I certainly can. Mrs. Allen, that photograph...
아니 야 임마 얘들아 내가 지나갈 길을 만들어줘야 되는 거 아니냐? 아이씨. 오케이 이게 단가 여기는?
What can I do for you, Detective? Well, Detective, I wasn't expecting to be on the...
You are aware of Mademoiselle...
There, and for your little notepad, or wherever you're storing...
It appears that Monsieur Aylesworth is more preoccupied with proving his innocence.
I will not take up...
Gentlemen, what can I do for you?
I was hoping...
Let's not be so hasty. That could...
Gentlemen, what can I do for you?
This is your office. It's...
Mademoiselle, would...
I don't really have time right.
I assure you I shall remain for...
Fine. Is she all right?
I'm afraid...
Heavens.
I do not believe so. And her parent...
A question I did not expect. Although at least she is showing some form of...
I only met her recently.
I cannot say, but they may...
I'm sorry, Detective.
Mademoiselle Court Smythe was behind the painting's disappearance. And the forgery was this...
So she stole the original and...
That...
Am I a suspect?
We are just trying to gather all the information.
We? That is correct.
I'm sorry. I was working late into the evening yesterday. There was probably someone still around in the office if you wanted to check. Really? I must have been so busy.
Was there anyone...
If Mr. Aylesworth was there, Nathaniel, my...
It strikes me as rather strange that Mademoiselle does not recall seeing. I shall speak with the editor.
Merci, Mademoiselle.
아이고 일로 왔어. 여기 말고. 이것도 아닌데? 아무도 없는데. 어디로 가야 하는가? 안녕하세요. 편집장하고 대화는 어떻게 해야 돼? 상호 작용 다시 해야 되나?
If you would be so kind. Merci, ma...
다시 가야 되나?
What can I do for you, Detective?
I will not take up...
여기 좀 고양이를 데리고 나올 수가 없어갖고 질문을 못하는데 고양이를 뭘로 끌고 나와야 되지? 얘한테 부탁해야 되나?
What do you need? What can I...
아닌데?
Map.
I...
Mess.
고양이를 유인할 만한 게 없는데 여기에. 이제 남은 데는 박물관밖에 없는데? 아무것도 없지 않았어? 일단 이제 위에 올라갈 수 있나 혹시? 아닌데. 아닌데요. 크림. 이것 때문에 왔구만.
Voila. Your Grace, now...
As my way... Very well. I hope that comes from an inquisitive...
You mean Mademoiselle...
Who else? She's...
And following them.
I returned to the church to
You don't think?
I got the feeling that someone had... None. Do you want to tell me what...
Mademoiselle Courtsmith.
If you plan on being the bearer of such... How did...
There was a fire in her apartment.
Arson at...
Bishop Mountjoy claims he barely knew Mademoiselle Courtsmith.
Oh,
I can only assume his delayed excitement came from being off guard. Unfortunately...
If your Grace would allow me to finish... If...
She was the thief, or...
It appears that...
I will rightly light a candle for...
Aha. Oh.
목탄. 아, 이제 이걸로 그 글자 알아볼 수 있겠구나. 아, 아니다. 저기였나? 박물관의 복원실이었나?
It looks like she was
about composing the letter, oui.
What's all this other stuff? I don't...
It seems we have stumbled across the names and the... We have gathered all the information we can from the...
Betty's husband, Mr.
Oui. We are now in...
지도를 찾아야 되는 건가? 지도가 어디 있는데? 지도는 어디 있을까요? 내려가, 양갱. 마우스 건들지 말고 거기서.
What do you need? What can I do?
응? 지도가 어디 있을까요? 신문사? 아, 있다. 런던 지도.
Voilà.
Remind me why we've lied our way into a man's apartment while he's not here?
Monsieur Christensen was accused of harassing a young lady who has now been murdered. Does that not...
Do you really think he...
I believe everyone is capable, under the right... While we have no suspect to question.
Suspect.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Huh. Aha. Ah. Huh. Ah. Oh. Aha. Huh. Oh.
Monsieur Hastings, of course. What can I...
Monsieur Christiansen was at the scene of... Could he be the holder of the original...
Poirot.
The feeling is...
Nah, you and... Is everything all right? Miss Farquhar is interviewing Betty. I heard about Irene.
Who told you that?
I would appreciate some discretion between...
Anything I won't take offense. I attended the evening...
She accompanied...
She was at a loose end. Don't worry, I'm not here. I mean, he can...
You do nothing particular...
I've never had a problem with him before. He was trying to sell me a lucrative business.
Did you take him up?
God, no. When someone offers you something that was some...
bragging is a sign of...
You know.
I shall accept...
If it wasn't for the detective,
You have lived a life many of us have only heard about.
I second that.
Your family must be proud of the man you have become. I will not... I do not mean to...
Then perhaps you should...
I do not...
Then
What do you need? What can I... I will...
Gentlemen, you're back.
Allow me to introduce...
You should have led with that before. No,
My apologies.
That's quite all right. You were still more... What can I do for you? I did, but that was...
It is a detective's job to know such...
Doesn't really explain how. He said he had something to tell me that was... Indeed, she was. Although...
At no point.
She's a very hard worker and won't... She had photographs. This place is usually full of all sorts that... I was meaning to mention that to Florence, actually.
Mention what?
A young foreign girl came in asking about a piece that was on show at the museum.
Did she say what?
She said she was researching its journey from its first home, no doubt into another
Could this inquisitive young woman have been Mademoiselle Babagna?
Merci. You have been most accommodating.
Huh. 아,
응? 얘도 이거 피네?
오. 아하. 하. 하. 아. 오.
Sacré. What is the...
전원이 공범인가?
아하.
I do not...
Then...
What do you need? What can I...
딱히 할 게 없는데 이제. 아, 저기 있구나. 바바는. 아, 얘랑 얘기하면 되겠다.
Bonjour, mademoiselle.
It's not that. I just cannot.
I'm sorry, mademoiselle.
No, I'm sorry. Well, after it was all cut short.
Oui?
Mr. Demi. Oh, I wasn't aware Mr. Hastings was to be the focus of Flor.
On the contrary, it is only one of many she took at the gala.
Would you believe I found it? Amazing how...
And you were intending on returning it?
Of course. It just...
Mademoiselle Kortsma, it no longer requires it.
Yes, And it was but it was one that I'd read had been stolen. Well, it didn't sit well with me. I stayed well back. I followed him into his church, but
He is a man of God.
I don't know what to say.
You have been most...
교회에 비밀 공간이 있는 모양이구나.
It would be my pleasure.
You have been most...
아니. 보건실에 가봐야 되나? 아니네, 못 가네. 못 가네요. 이러면은 인터뷰 다시 하러 가봐야 되나? 장거리? 아직도야? 아니, 얘네랑은 도대체 언제 얘기할 수 있는 거야? 그 얘기를 못하게 만들어놨어?
I do not...
그럼 요한네 아파트에서 뭘 찾아야 된다는 건데 뭐 상호작용 되는 게 없던데 이제 다 해갖고. 저 음악실을 못 들어가긴 했는데 음악실 열 수도 없고 찢어진 메모장이 키인 것 같긴 한데 뭐 더 이상 뭐 안 되는데 뭐 돼야 뭐 계속하지.
What do you need? What can I will...
되는 게 없는데 이러면. 열어줘. 뭐지? 더 이상 진행이 안 되는데요? 얘한테 뭐 시켜야 되나? 여기서?
What do you need? What can I do?
아닌데.
I will...
야, 아무것도 안 되는데.
Mademoiselle...
I'm in the...
I really...
That was incredibly unprofessional,
If we are to discuss professionalism...
I think you've got me confused.
Enough, mademoiselle.
You don't think I was in...
Please do not feign ignorance. Where did mademoiselle receive her I remind you that I stand before you as a detective.
Poirot, maybe we should...
Monsieur Hastings, if Mademoiselle Farquhar requires someone to speak in her defense...
That won't be necessary. She asked me to photograph certain pieces of art, that's all. I didn't know what she was doing. I have no idea.
Your career does not appear...
She had such confidence.
And she got exactly what she wanted from me.
I was financially dependent on her. She paid for the lifestyle that I had found.
Couldn't you have just said no to her?
And risk her exposing me for what I had done. She was the one holding all the cards. I had no other choice but to do what...
Merci, mademoiselle. I am sorry to have interrupted.
By the looks of it, what...
Perhaps we should stick to... You have been...
Huh.
If it is, it's been written by someone that hasn't quite grasped the English language yet.
It seems too obvious.
Ah.
요번에 사전 가서 봐야 되겠구나. 와리가리를 좀 시키는구만. 플레이 타임 늘리기인가? 이 사전. 사, 2, Fire to 이레네였나? Fire to 뭐였는데? EN TR이었나? 4, 2, 1, 3? 아, IREN이구나. 잠깐. 사, 이. 어? IR이 없는데요? 응? IREN이 없는데? IREN IRE TRE를 못하는 건가 그러면? 내가 한 게 맞는 건가? TREN 4231 맞나 그러면? 4231 해보면 알겠지. 번역을 잘못했던가 아니면 나도 이따 설명을 해주겠지. 번역을 잘못한 것 같은 느낌이 들긴 하지만 금고 4, 2, 3, 1 인데 이 조합이 아닌데요? 이건 숫자가 아니지 않나? 그럼 그 콤비네이션은 음악실 문에 쓰는 건가? 거기서 그냥 했어야 되는 건가? 여기 있는가? 입력하는 것 자체가 안 나오는데. 그래서 사용. 이거. 4, 2, 3.
Huh. Oh. Ah. Huh.
What do you need? The argument with Irene at the gala, and then...
Madame Allen had uncovered their relationship. But even with...
What do you need? What can I...
You're just full of... Oh, you don't just own...
Pardon.
Enoch. And I ask you...
Purely curiosity, madame. And it was your...
It means faithful in...
You have been...
Oh.
음악실 써야겠구나 저게. 뛰는 거 좀 넣어주지 진짜. 답답하네. 브로치를 여기다 쓰는 건가 보구나.
오. 아하. 아하.
The pigment of
meaning
we have found.
Huh.
Porro, the door. What are you doing in?
Ah, Monsieur Christiansen. Welcome home.
This doesn't look good, does it?
We have much to discuss.
So Mr. Christensen had an opportunity and a motive, but he continues to deny killing her.
And still 2 forgeries
I knew it.
Pardon, monsieur?
I knew that's why she stayed so friendly with her. Irene always said she was besotted.
Perhaps you should elaborate on the identity of
the curator. Evelyn, what's her name? She could spot a forgery at 20 yards.
What if the board of trustees at the museum got wind of this? Miss Warbeck's career would be
And in her own words, if anyone was to jeopardize her career,
she wouldn't be held responsible.
It seems Monsieur Christiansen may not be the only person tied to. Madame Hélène has confirmed the surprise appearance of her husband during the intermission of her show. And as expected, she... Monsieur Hastings, there is some...
If I may speak freely.
You do not have to ask my permission.
This is all very overwhelming. We seem to...
I can understand your confusion, but you cannot allow...
Easier said than done. I just...
Oui, monsieur?
Must you be so hard on her?
I presume you refer to Mademoiselle Farquhar.
You talk about emotions not taking charge.
She is a suspect in a murder investigation. If Mademoiselle Farquhar is more important than this...
I would have thought you would know better of me by now.
When it is your investigation, you will... Until then, I will...
And I'll just keep my opinions to myself.
Let us focus on the case. What do we know about
Mr. Christensen suggested she had romantic feelings towards Irene, but she was just another of her pawns.
She cleaned the master key to hide Mademoiselle Gordsmythe's actions. But perhaps she then became worried about her own...
You think she could have killed her to stop the truth coming out to the trustees?
Which would in turn ruin her career.
자, 여기서부터 내일 합시다. 좀 애매하게 남았을 것 같긴 한데 어차피 근데 진짜 애매하게 남았을 것 같은데? 몇 장까지 있는 거지? 장 완료 8장 9장까지 있으니까 내일 3장 더 하면은 더 하고 시간 좀 남으면은 아마 이거 다음 편 또 있으니까 그걸 하면 되겠다. 네, 여기서부터 내일 하도록 하지요. 내일 봅시다.